What's up? All right, so MSM. This is the most needed singular supplement that you can possibly get a hold of as far as human health is concerned, longevity and recovery. This is one of the things that is missing more than, well, anything in our diets. MSM comes down in rainwater. It permeates our fruits, our vegetables. It literally is supposed to be the fourth most abundant molecule in the human body, possibly the third, um, after air and water. The thing is organic sulfur, and it's not sulfa or a sulfate. Those are drugs. This is a sulfur, which is natural. This one is called methyl-sulfonyl-methane, and this organic sulfur is it comes down in rainwater. It permeates all our fruits and vegetables. It dissipates within about 12 hours of picking it, though. And the thing is, God intended it to be in every meal simply because of all that it does for human health. Now, it takes vitamin C to activate it, and it's naturally found in lots of fruits and nuts and things that contain bioflavonoids, generally citrus bioflavonoids and citrus fruits. But you have methyl-sulfonyl-methane being extremely vital for everything from diabetes to emphysema and the prevention of these and the reversal of many of these. Uh, Emphysema, diverticulitis, cholesterol levels, arthritis, hangovers, blockages from arthrosclerosis, um, tendinitis, constipation, immune function, allergies, and elasticity throughout the body because it is a form of collagen, or it actually forces the body to create more collagen. Now, collagen is going to be vitally essential for everything from the elasticity of your skin to our uh, cellular division and replication and fluidity. Now, when MSM begins, it starts in our esophagus, balancing out pH levels. So acid reflux, indigestion, heartburn, things like that should never happen when there's adequate MSM. See, MSM being so important, after we pick a fruit or vegetable, literally our MSM is gone out of those fruits and vegetables within about 12 hours. Therefore, if you are like me and you go to the grocery store, you get your fruits and vegetables, well, it's been at least 12 hours since they've been there, right? Since they got picked. That means it's mostly gone. This is one of the reasons that your fruits and vegetables taste so much better right out of the garden. They still have that organic sulfur. Now, when it starts in the esophagus balancing out pH levels, acid reflux, indigestion, heartburn, hiatal hernia, things like that are a thing of the past, usually within 2 to 3 weeks, sometimes within days. It then goes from the esophagus down into the stomach, helping to break down all of our foods properly. Well, if you break foods down properly, you get better nutrient partitioning or nutrient delivery to every cell in the body. Now, once it goes from the stomach, it goes into the colon. Now, your colon, our colon, is anywhere from 26 to 38 feet long. This is all bunched up right in there. Now, the colon in there, in the intestines, basically they have to flex and bend and move in order for us to absorb nutrients through the colon and to get everything through there. Well, needless to say, if that doesn't happen properly, then we get constipated. And the last thing you want is things to back up inside you and cause. Think about this: take your foods, crush them up, put them in a 98-degree wet temperature, and let them sit there for more than a day. You wouldn't eat it. You don't need it in you that long. This helps to keep everything moving out and going through. It also helps to break up fecal matter backed up in the colon walls, therefore removing a bunch of this old stuff that's caking up the colon walls and keeping us from absorbing our nutrients properly. In this country, we have lots of calories and very little nutrition absorbed. We are starving to death and fat. Now, this is one of the reasons why. Now, whenever it starts to remove all of that, it'll then go from the colon into the bloodstream. In the bloodstream, it rehydrates cells. Hydration leads to detoxification, and it also creates fluidity. And this particular formula, the MSM from Nutritional Healthcare, is an alkaline formula that you can only get here because that's patented the way that they alkalize it. Alkalization is important to detoxification, and it is extremely important in oxygenation. When you oxygenate the cell, we recover and heal more quickly. We are oxygen critters. That's just the way we're made. It is the most vital nutrient there is, oxygen. So once it goes into the bloodstream and it oxygenates everything, it's going to go from there and it's going to lubricate the joints. Like, it is the only substance known that creates or helps the body to produce synovial fluid. Synovial fluid is the lubricant in your joint. It keeps everything slick. With less friction, you have less inflammation and you have less pain. It is a natural pain reliever because of that when it comes to arthritis. Now, once it goes from the bloodstream, it will permeate the walls of the arteries. Now, throughout the body, you have veins and you have arteries. See, open up this lung right here, pull it out. Then you see those arteries and veins right there close to the neck going into the heart. These arteries and veins, if they get cracked and they start to bleed, then they will create those little cracks will start to stop up with LDL cholesterol. This is how a blockage is created. MSM putting elasticity back in the cell, allowing the arterial wall to heal, many times will allow those blockages to slowly chelate out. Instead of having bypass surgery, we actually have a functional circulatory system. Then, once it goes from the veins and arteries, it'll work its way out into the muscles where it helps to break down lactic acid. Lactic acid buildup is what causes, your lactic acid, whenever it builds up, it causes you to be sore and it slows recovery because of these little crystals of lactic acid. It's also what causes gout. Now, once you have that broken down and it's into the muscles, it'll work its way from there out into the skin. Once it's in the skin, it will help to make elasticity in the skin so we heal more quickly, and it will put flexibility back in there, allowing the skin to bend and flex properly and reduces wrinkles. So women tend to love that. Then it'll go from there, and when you have healthy skin, we have healthy fingernails and healthy hair. So less split ends, faster growing hair, better growing fingernails without them being brittle and breaking and snapping all the time. Now, MSM also will go throughout the entire system and aid in building collagen. It's also not an antioxidant itself, but it actually helps the body to produce more antioxidants. And then it will eventually work its way into the lungs. In the lungs, it actually can reverse the scar tissue that is built up from emphysema or COPD. That's really important. It can take up to 2 years to reconstruct the soft cell tissues. Now, every soft cell tissue in the human body is replicated every 11 months. Every hard cell, like bone and teeth, are replicated every 7 years. You are literally a new human being in 7 years, every time. So what we want is we want this going into the system to help create everything new. Now, with more oxygenation and more fluidity, the answer to pollution is dilution. So most of us die from toxicity over long periods of time. Our cells can't replicate properly. We degenerate because of this. With MSM, you create fluidity, and then as long as you're drinking enough water, preferably spring water that has the minerals still in there so you don't demineralize yourself with water. But when you get that spring water in there, what happens is you then can hydrate, and with hydration, you get rid of toxins. So you detoxify. This will create a more oxygenated system that flows better, you feel better, your well being goes up. One of the first things that people generally notice is after they go through a little detox, you won't even really notice it for most people that are healthy. If you're not healthy, then it gets a little worse. But after 7 to 10 days, you start a detox, and that won't last more than about 4 to 5 days, sometimes up to 10. But you'll know it's a detox and you're not sick because you will not have the issues like you won't lose your appetite and you will not have a fever, but you may feel flu-like symptoms. That's perfectly fine. That's part of the process of getting rid of all the bad stuff. Now, what it's been shown in studies to do is aid in diabetes by without sulfur, insulin cannot do its job. You literally can't utilize insulin without sulfur. Many times the diabetic is only diabetic because of lack of sulfur. So many diabetics are able to cut their medication in half and many times even come off of it because they start to get the organic sulfur that their body so desperately needs. When you have emphysema, that scar tissue will start to heal properly. When that gets healed, then the lungs are once again flexible and permeable, and they have the elasticity necessary to those little sacs in the lungs. That's why it gets rid of allergy symptoms. Now, with diverticulitis, diverticulitis is where a bacteria has built up and built a pocket in the colon called diverticuli. Now, when your colon is flexible, your immune system can then again get to those pockets and start to identify and kill out the diverticuli, thereby removing the diverticulitis, and the colon can heal. In arthritis, you create synovial fluid, you lubricate. With more lubrication, you have less friction. Less friction means less inflammation. Less inflammation means less pain. For a hangover is a lack of fluidity or a lack of water and oxygen because you become toxic. This oxygenates and hydrates, therefore, about 20 minutes, hangover gone. If you take MSM in massive amounts while you drink, you won't get drunk. Now, you also have blockages from arthrosclerosis. Now, those blockages happen because of cracked and bleeding arterial walls, according to Dr. Mathias-Rath, who wrote the book, My Animals Don't Get Heart Attacks, But People Do, which is a book that simply shows how we have been able to eradicate heart disease in every animal on the planet in farms. The problem is we don't do it in humans. So what Dr. Mathias-Rath did is he started giving humans the same nutrients we give the animals to stop all forms of heart disease. And 1,000 patients over a 12-year period, he reversed heart disease in every one of them. He was blacklisted then from saying anything in the pharmaceutical halls because he didn't use a pharmaceutical to do it. The product HARP can be taken with MSM if you really want to get down into heart disease and providing all the nutrients necessary to rebuild at a cellular level. Now, when it comes to tendinitis and the tendons, when you put elasticity back in there, then they can function properly. Pain goes away. Immune function, you boost your immune function when you get detoxified. Once the toxins are out, the immune system works better. Your allergies, that happens because you are able to function well, the immune system functions right, and you no longer get the histamine reactions. So it's not really an antihistamine, but acts as a way to get rid of the histamine reaction because you get rid of the allergen more quickly and easily. Elasticity is put into every single cell of the body, which is just the most healthy thing that you can imagine. It is also an anti-inflammatory pain reliever. We already went over elasticity. It promotes the body to produce glutathione, which will help to heal the liver and other antioxidants. It speeds recovery. It lessens joint pain. As a matter of fact, in double-blind controlled placebo studies, MSM has been shown to be more effective than Celebrex at relieving joint pain with none of the negative side effects. Why don't they just give everybody MSM and vitamin C? Because there's no money in that. Can't patent it. It's not a drug. The FDA does not look at nutritional supplements. They only look at dope that can be patented. Um, your synovial fluid rebuilds, energy levels go up. A good natural energy, like not like caffeine, but more like you're supposed to have. Good, clean, focused concentration of your well-being and sense of well-being returns. It's cool stuff. Better hair, skin, and nails, hydration, collagen production, detoxification. These are all things that you notice within the first month of taking it. Now, this stuff comes in a 2-month supply. If you take it for 2 months, there's a 100% money back guarantee. If it doesn't work, if you don't feel the health benefits within 2 months, I'll give you your money back. There's no reason to take something if it doesn't benefit you, but I guarantee you 95%, probably 99% of the population is lacking organic sulfur. It's that important. So you got a 100% money back guarantee. I will refund your shipping cost. So this, if there was only one thing in all the things that we sell that I would take, it would be MSM. That is the starting point of absorbing all other nutrients, all other, even chemicals work more properly. You detoxify the bad parts out and the good parts do what they're supposed to. It's literally should be taken by every single American that does not have a garden in their backyard all year long. I don't know anybody that does that. So get you some MSM, use promo code Seth to get 15% off, or whoever told you about it, use their promo code. This is literally, it should have already changed the world and the United States and the supplement industry, but it's so hard to get past the pharmaceutical dope men that nobody hears about it because the doctors have a monopoly on your health. And we intend to end that. So check it out. Go to Newsarms, Newsarms. That's newsarms.com. And check that out. We arm you with the information necessary to stay healthy despite our medical profession and our government. So any way I can help you out, there's my name, my phone number, my email. Hit me up. That's what I'm here for. Like, I'm here to serve you. So any questions, comments, concerns, anything like that, my cell phone number's up there. Please text me first, because if you want me to answer, well, you better text first. But beyond that, y'all, I appreciate your time, and everybody, and I mean everybody, should be taking this. There is almost zero negative possible reactions to this. The only negative reaction you can get is a detox. So if you do start detoxing, just bear it. You'll get through it. Anyway, till the next video. Peace.